Multiplying polynomials with algebra tiles. First thing I want you to do is copy down this problem and make sure that you're drawing the lines like I have them. Okay, first thing we're going to do, we have our algebra tiles that we've learned about, right? When we draw them down, if they're hollow, like an X would look like this, and a negative X would look like this. You don't have to write this down. I'm just showing you. So this is positive, this is negative. That's for all of them. Okay? So that's how we're going to draw them. Now what I want you to do, since we're multiplying, okay, multiplying, we've got two things here. We've been doing this all year, and we've been talking about rectangles. If I multiply two things, this is like the length and the width, right? You guys see what I'm talking about? So this would be like, don't write this on your paper, but this could really be like length times width here. And what does length times width give you? Area. So what we're going to want to do, just like this room, that's length, this is width, right? Okay, so pretend this is a room here. So the length of this room is x plus 5, so I'm going to draw it out, x plus 5, and I'm actually going to connect them, and you'll see why in a second. So this is x plus 5, yes, you can do this. And then down the side, we're going to draw our x minus 3. Alright, so in this room, what would represent area? The carpet, right? The floor. That's going to be the area. So if this was a room, if this was length and this was width, this area here would be our carpeted area, right? You guys see what I'm talking about? You can draw that, yeah. And we're actually going to fill in our area with what we have. So let me show you a trick. If you draw these down, draw all your lines all the way down and all the way across. Okay, then all we have to do is just ask ourselves, do I need to shade any of them in? X times x is x squared, right? X times 1 is x, right? So these are all x's, right? So really across the top I've got x squared, and to the right I've got positive 5x, right? Now let's look at the bottom here. Negative 1 times positive x gives me negative x. Negative 1 times positive x gives me negative x. So these are actually going to be negative. And then negative 1 times positive 1 is negative 1. So these are all going to be what? These are all going to be negative. So across the bottom I have, what's this? Negative 3x and negative 15. Good. So now we've found the area of our room, right? So this is what we have. What do you guys think I need to do? Very good. Combine like terms. So I've got my x's here I can combine. So my final answer is going to be not 2x, x squared, good. And then what? Then plus 2x minus 15. And we want this in standard form. So we want it from greatest to least. And one thing I want to point out, I'm going to do it the same way every time. But if you're multiplying two numbers, or two values, does it matter which one comes first and second? Like 4 times 8 is 32, right? What's 8 times 4? 32. So does it matter which one comes first? No, when you're multiplying it doesn't matter. So if you wanted to put x minus 3 on the top, that would have been fine too. You would have gotten the same answer. Okay? Okay, let's write our second one down.
Under it?
Yes, under it. And then draw your little table like I have. Alright, now let's go draw our algebra tiles. So on the top, I'm going to do the first one, x and minus 4. And down the side, I'm going to put x minus 3. Okay, since we're multiplying the two values, this would represent area. So let's fill it in. I'm not very good at straight lines, am I? Okay, this section I have positive times positive is going to give me positive. Positive times negatives are going to give me negatives, right? Do you guys see what I just did? Positive times negatives are going to be negatives. And negative times negative is going to give me positive. So across the top I have good x squared and negative 4x. And in the bottom I've got negative 3x and positive 12. Do you see what I'm talking about? How I broke it into sections? This first part times this first part was positive x squared. This part times this part gave you negative 4x. Do you see that? So it's actually 4 parts. It's 2 times a 2. There's 4 sections. You see what I'm talking about or no? Because this is like, think about it. This term times this term is going to give you this, right? This term times this term is going to give you this. This term times this term is going to give you this box. And this one times this one is going to give you down here. Do you see what I'm talking about? So that's why I have this set up like this. Okay? I just write it out because sometimes when you draw your lines it's kind of hard to count. I don't want you to miscount them. Alright, so what am I going to do once I fill in my area? Combine like terms. So I've got good. And that would be your answer. Okay, this is the third problem. Copy it down. All right, let's draw it out. There's 2x. Minus 2. Okay, when you're done, fill it in and find your area. Make sure that your tiles are shaded or not shaded correctly. Okay, let's check it. Positive times positive gave me positive. Positive times negative gave me negative. Positive times positive gave me, and positive times negative gave me. You guys see how I did that? Okay, so across the top I should have very good, 6x squared. And then to the right of that, negative, how many? Think about it. If you break it into, if you break it into sections here, you have this term and that term, right? This term and that term. You see what I'm talking about? Okay, so I'd have negative 6x. To the bottom I have and negative 2. Yeah. Because all these are alike, right? All these are alike. All these are alike, and then all these are alike. So now I need to combine like terms. So I've got 6x squared minus 4x, very good, minus 2. Simple enough? Okay, here's the last one. Try it on your own. And then we're going to go over it. Okay, check what you have so far. Make sure your outside looks like mine. Okay, positive times positive is positive times positive is positive times negative is negative. So this whole group here should be negative, right? Negative times positive is negative. Okay, so on the top left, what do I have? 2x squared. And then I have 4x's. Then I have and minus 12. So when I combine like terms, 2x squared minus 2x minus 12. Very good. Okay, we got that part? You guys understand it? Okay, now I'm going to show you a shortcut. Multiplying polynomials with the box. I want you to go back to the first problem that we did. I want you to, in the right side now, draw this problem and then draw this box. Give yourself some room. Okay, this is what I want you to do. Across the top last time, we had x plus 5. So what we're going to do, this is two terms. So the reason now it's making a square is because we have two terms. So we're going to put up here each term. So I'm going to put x and plus 5. Give each term its own box. Now if one of them, like if this was a binomial times a trinomial, so a 2 times a 3, this would actually be 3 down or across. Does that make sense? It would be a 3 by 2 box here. Okay, so down the side I have x minus 3. X times x is x squared. X times 5 is x times negative 3. Negative 3 times 5. So this is actually exactly what we had with tiles. You see what I'm talking about? So now I need to combine like terms. So my answer will be good. Okay, so what I want you to do is for those three problems, those three other problems that we did, I want you to go and draw a box for those and work them out, and then we'll go over them together. Okay, second problem, if I put x minus 4 and x minus 3, I would have minus 4x minus 3x and plus 12. When I combine my x's, I've got, very good. Okay, third problem, I had 2x minus 2. Okay, good. Very good. So, combine my x's, so I've got 6x squared, right? Very good. 6x squared minus 4x minus 2. Are you guys getting this? Okay, and then the last one, do 2x plus 4, x minus 3. So in my first box I'll have very good. My like terms, so I've got very good. Easy enough? Good.